Welcome to Ontario 360 Tours.
Are you ready to camp, hike, picnic, or just spend the day soaking in some serious scenery? The Elora Gorge Conservation Area has you covered. Situated just outside the village of Elora, Ontario, and less than 30 minutes from Guelph, this place is packed with everything from riverside trails to cliffside views, tubing thrills to shady campsites. There's a lot to see and do here, so let's jump in. But before we embark on this gorgeous adventure, a quick nod to the sponsor fueling today's journey. Serving up handmade pies that locals swear by, Vito's Pizza Elora is just steps from the Elora Gorge Conservation Area. We're talking crispy crusts, loaded toppings, and that perfect cheese pull. We'll dish the full pie story after we learn a little bit about the Elora Gorge. The Elora Gorge is one of the most jaw-dropping natural wonders in the entire Grand River Valley, and it has the backstory to match. This dramatic slice through the landscape was carved over time by glacial meltwaters, cutting deep into the ancient bedrock and leaving behind soaring cliffs and rugged beauty. The rock itself dates back hundreds of millions of years. We'll get into those prehistoric details a bit later when we reach the hole in the rock. And in case you're wondering how it all got its name, both the village of Elora and the gorge were named after a ship called Elora, owned by the brother of one of Elora's earliest settlers back in the 1830s. There are about 2 kilometers of trails within the Elora Gorge Conservation Area, hugging the edge of towering 22-meter cliffs and offering up just the right amount of thrill for your average day hiker. The terrain is mostly flat and forested, with a few gentle inclines and dips to keep things interesting. It's a laid-back loop until you catch that first glimpse over the edge. The gorge is deep, the walls are steep, and this is not the time to live out your inner mountain goat. Stay on the marked paths, respect the safety barriers, and let the landscape provide the drama. The main loop trail clocks in at 2.9 miles, or around 4.6 kilometers, for those counting their steps. The All Trails app pegs it as a moderately challenging hike, typically taking just over an hour to complete. But with the views you'll be stopping to take in, your pace may slow, and your camera roll might fill up fast. The route winds past cliffside lookouts, skirts the river's edge, and drops you into some seriously photogenic pockets of nature. If you're looking for a longer wander, just outside the park, there is a 47-kilometer route linking the Grand and Credit River watersheds, named the Elora Cataract Trailway. It's a great next step if you're itching for more trail time after soaking up the gorge. Just off the trail, there's a spot where you can walk straight through the gorge's geological history. It's called the Hole in the Rock, and that's exactly what it is. A natural passage carved into a massive slab of dolostone, complete with a staircase that takes you down through the ancient stone to a quiet clearing below. This isn't some man-made tunnel. It's the result of time, water, and weather teaming up over millennia. Glacial meltwaters from the last ice age slice through this prehistoric terrain, revealing dolostone from the Guelph Formation, a rock layer dating back roughly 450 million years. And it's not just any old stone. These stones are packed with fossilized reef creatures like stromatoporoids. Try saying that 5 times fast. In the winter, the cliffs are sometimes laced with icy hanging dams, frozen formations that look like waterfalls paused mid-flow. What you're standing inside is a living history book, one that's weathered ice, floods, and time itself. The surrounding cliffs tower above, old-growth trees clutch the rock with wild, exposed roots, and sunlight filters down in fractured beams. It's serene, it's surreal, and it's just one more reason the Elora Gorge Conservation Area is anything but ordinary. One of the most unique features that the Elora Gorge Conservation Area is known for is the tubing adventure. Tubing through the Elora Gorge is one of the most thrilling ways to experience this epic landscape. It's not just a float, it's a wild ride through rushing whitewater and past sheer limestone cliffs. Inner tubes replace hiking boots here, and the views from the river are unreal. Towering rock walls, roaring currents, and that unbeatable mix of adrenaline and cold, fresh water. The tubing run covers about 2 kilometers of the Grand River and typically takes 30 to 45 minutes, depending on water conditions. You'll start near the tubing launch point just inside the conservation area and end downstream where staff help guide tubers off the river. It's a quick, exciting journey, so don't be surprised if you're tempted to go again. All tubing equipment must be picked up at the tubing registration area located near the main parking lot. You'll get your tube, mandatory life jacket, helmet, and a quick safety rundown before hitting the water. Tubing season runs from June 25th to September 30th, with daily rides, weather permitting, from June 25th through Labor Day, and weekends only through the end of September. Hours are generally 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., but be sure to check the Grand River Conservation Authority website for real-time updates. Mother Nature's got final say. Quick heads up, tubing can be shut down due to high water flow or other safety concerns. Advanced ticket purchase is required, and the best way to secure your spot is through the official GRCA tubing page. Don't miss out. You'll be talking about this epic river ride long after your feet are dry. Before we dive back into the riverbanks and rocky trails, let's take a quick break to shout out the local legend keeping campers and adventurers fed, Vito's Pizza Elora. Sometimes you forget to pack a meal. Sometimes the rain ruins your cooking plans. And sometimes you just want something hot, cheesy, and undeniably satisfying. That's where Vito's Pizza Elora comes in. Family owned since 2004, they make their dough fresh daily. No preservatives, no junk, just the good stuff. We're talking thick or thin crust, garlic or pesto base, classic slices, panzerottis, wings, salads, and deals for solo snackers or full-on feasts. Do you prefer gluten-free and vegan options? They've got that too. We got the chance to hang out with Nick, the owner, see the pizza-making magic up close, and taste it for ourselves, and it did not disappoint. Ontario 360-degree Tours gives it 2 thumbs up, and so do the rave Google reviews. They're located just a few minutes up the road at 58 Wellington County Road 7, open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and staying open until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays for the weekend crowd. So if hunger hits mid-hike or the campfire fizzles out, keep Vito's in your back pocket. Now, back to the gorge. If you prefer a paddle to a tube, the Elora Gorge still delivers. The upper section of the river challenges experienced whitewater kayakers looking to navigate the gorge's turbulent stretch. For a smoother ride, canoeists often launch from the low-level bridge at the downstream end of the conservation area, cruising all the way toward West Montrose, home of Ontario's famous covered bridge, which will feature in a future 360-degree video. Whether you're floating, paddling, or white-knuckling it through the rapids, the Elora Gorge serves up water-based adventure in full force. While the Elora Gorge Conservation Area doesn't have a designated swimming area, it does come with the next best thing for beating the heat, a full-on splash zone. The 195 square meter splash pad is packed with 18 spray and splash features, perfect for cooling down after a hike or keeping the little ones entertained while you recharge. Water bursts, sprayers, and a whole lot of laughter. This place turns up the fun when the temperature climbs. It's all the splash, none of the stress, no lifeguards, no deep end, just pure summertime joy. If casting a line is your idea of a perfect day outdoors, you're in luck. This stretch of the Grand River is within a world-renowned brown trout fishery. Between Fergus and West Montrose, anglers come from near and far for a shot at some of the best brown trout action in North America. Planning a birthday bash, team building day, or just a big old group hangout in the middle of nature is made easy at the gorge. The K. Marston Pavilion is the perfect base camp. Tucked into the day-use area of the Elora Gorge Conservation Area, this spacious, covered spot fits up to 200 people and can be split in half if you're hosting something a little more low-key. But you don't need a big event to stake your claim on some outdoor real estate. All around the park, you'll find plenty of open green spaces and shaded nooks dotted with picnic tables, perfect for rolling out a blanket, pitching a day tent, or stringing up a hammock for that post-hike chill session. With this much to see, hike, paddle, and snap pics of, you might just want to turn that day trip into an overnighter. Good news, Elora Gorge Conservation Area is ready to roll out the sleeping bag welcome mat, whether you're rocking a classic tent or towing a trailer with all the bells and whistles. The campground features 450 sites in total. That includes 250 unserviced sites for those who prefer an unplugged, under-the-stars kind of stay. There are 130 serviced sites that come with water and 15 or 30 amp electrical hookups, plus 20 more sites that offer 15 amp electricity only, ideal for lighter setups. If you're after a little extra comfort, there are 60 fully serviced sites that include water, electricity, and sewer connections. There's also a group campsite available for registered youth groups, which can be reserved through the online camping system. And for those thinking long-term, seasonal sites are available. Just check out the seasonal camping page for all the details. Elora Gorge Conservation Area is set up to make your visit smooth from start to finish. You'll find full washrooms and showers in the campground, plus additional washrooms near the picnic area and vault toilets scattered throughout the park. Parking is available on-site with clearly marked lots. Just be sure to pay attention to signage, especially during peak season weekends when it can fill up quickly. A day use fee applies if you're just visiting for the day, so have that in mind before you roll in. For accessibility, much of the park is fairly flat, but some areas, like trails and lookout points, do include uneven ground, stairs, or natural terrain. Check maps and signage if mobility is a consideration. Pets are welcome, but they'll need to stay on a leash and stick to the trails. Make sure to clean up after them, and note that pets aren't allowed in the splash pad or swimming areas. That's a wrap on our adventure through the Elora Gorge Conservation Area. Whether you came for the cliffs, stayed for the tubing, or just needed an excuse to eat more pizza, we hope this gorgeous spot climbed to the top of your Ontario bucket list. A big thanks again to Vito's Pizza Elora for fueling this adventure with handmade goodness and local charm. If you're anywhere near the gorge, do yourself a favor and grab a slice. You won't regret it. Thank you for watching this exclusive 360-degree presentation by Ontario 360 Tours. We hope you enjoyed exploring with us. Be sure to visit our website at ontario360tours.ca for more immersive experiences. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest 360 videos. Want to showcase your location with a stunning narrated 360-degree video? Get in touch with us. We'd love to bring your space to life. See you in the next adventure.